All right. Stream should be starting up here. There we go. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another night of coverage of the war in Ukraine. I'm your host, Andrew Mercado, and welcome back to Mercado Media. This stream is live on Facebook, YouTube. Thank you guys so much in the chat. Comment where you guys are tuned in from. We're covering the war in Ukraine. We've been covering this war since night one, since the beginning, since the invasion began, and now we're already... Yeah, things turn around here. My notifications were going off, so I do apologize. We're on night 83 already. As soldiers from the Azovstal plant continue to be evacuated, we have Sweden and Finland that are applying to join NATO, and that application process should finish tomorrow. The war in the east continues as it's a stalemate in the east. More artillery pieces, howitzers have been delivered to Ukraine, and Ukrainian soldiers are using them. So we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be going through all the day's combat footage, combat clips. We're going to be going through the map, all that and much more. Again, thank you so much for choosing Mercado Media, independent media. Like the video, make sure you're following the page, subscribe to the channel, and we'll be back after this short intro. Alright, everybody, welcome back to the war in Ukraine, night 83. Again, I'm your host, Andrew Mercado, and you guys are watching Mercado Media. Check in where you guys are tuned in from. We have Brooklyn Park, Minnesota, Iowa, Naples, Florida, Denton, Texas. Good to see you. Good to see you. Make sure you guys are liking the video. You're subscribed to the channel. Good to see you. Hey, how you doing, Herman? Good to see you. We got Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania is tuned in. Three Rivers, Michigan, Alma, Michigan, Maplewood, Minnesota. Good evening, South Wales, United Kingdom. Good evening, Louisville, Kentucky. Good evening. It's good to see you. Hello from Carbon Hill, Alabama. Carbon Hill, Alabama. It's good to see you tuned in. We got Dawsonville, Georgia, East Freedom, Pennsylvania is tuned in, Kenosha, Wisconsin, Walsenburg, Colorado, Glen Ellene, Illinois, Hamilton, Ohio, good to see you, Roden, Netherlands, Knoxville, Tennessee, Alberta, Canada, Baltimore, Carson, Washington, Santa Monica, California. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You guys can follow along in the description of the video. I'm going to read off today's latest news updates. And again, you can find this in the description. Ukraine War Night 83. From the United Kingdom Defense Ministry, 3,500 buildings in Chernihiv Oblast were destroyed and damaged during Russia's abandoned advance. According to the intelligence, Russia is likely to increase its reliance on indiscriminate artillery bombardment due to a limited target acquisition capability. Ukraine and Russia stall peace negotiations. Russian Deputy Foreign Minister said that negotiations are not continuing. He blamed Ukraine for not agreeing to Russian terms. Mykhailo Podolyak, the advisor to the Ukrainian president's office, said that negotiations are, quote, paused. Sumy Oblast governor, 76 explosions were reported on May 17th from Dmytro Zhyvytsky, said that Russian forces had attempted to break through the Ukrainian border. Excuse me, I'll read that again. Sumy Oblast governor, 76 explosions were reported on May 17th. Dmytro Zhyvytsky said that Russian forces had attempted to break through the Ukrainian border in the oblast, and there were fires along the border caused by the shelling. Russian airstrike on Chernihiv Oblast kills at least 8 people and injures 12. Susplin media reported that casualties sighting during the state emergency services. Governor Vladislav Shaus earlier said that the airstrike hit the Desna village, where a military training center is located. Thank you, everybody, for the blessings. Ukraine Deputy Prime Minister, 52 severely wounded Azovstal defenders will be exchanged for Russian POWs once their condition stabilizes. Meanwhile, Russia hasn't confirmed its commitment to exchange the captured Ukrainian the Ukrainian defenders of Azovstal. So Ukraine is saying that there will be a POW exchange. Russia is saying that there won't be. Donetsk Oblast governor, 1 person killed, child severely injured in a Russian missile strike on Bakhmut. Pavlo Korolenko reported that rescuers continued to clear the rubble following a missile attack that hit 5-story residential building in Bakhmut city from the Donetsk Oblast. From Reuters, G7 finance ministers planning 15 billion euros in aid for Ukraine. German newspaper Der Spiegel said that G7 may initiate budget support worth almost 30 billion euros for Ukraine. Finnish parliament approves the NATO membership application. The Finnish parliament voted in favor of applying to join NATO on May 17th. Finland and Sweden have been considering joining NATO to boost their defense since Russia launched its full-scale invasion of Ukraine on February 24th. So there will probably be more news to update on this, the Sweden and Finland application tomorrow when they officially turn it in. Reuters, at least 7 buses with Azovstal defenders leave the steel plant on May 17th. The buses carrying Ukrainian soldiers were escorted by Russian forces, Reuters reported, citing a witness. Some of the Ukrainian fighters transported did not appear to be wounded, the witness said. Russian parliament will consider a ban on exchanging Azov POWs for captured Russian soldiers, Russian state-controlled RIA Novosti reported. On May 26, the Russian Supreme Court will consider recognizing the Azov Regiment as a terrorist organization. Ukraine launches mobile groups to monitor nuclear and chemical threats. Chief State Sanitary Doctor Izor Kuzin said that groups launched in every direction would quickly respond to emergencies if Russian forces use these banned weapons. We must be ready to react in any situation. End quote. From Reuters, U.S. to suggest EU imposes tariffs on Russian oil instead of the embargo. The U.S. plans to propose that EU imposes tariffs on Russian oil as a faster alternative to an embargo that would limit Russia's revenue from oil exports, Reuters reported, citing U.S. officials. The Israeli embassy returns to Kyiv. Per the Israeli ambassador to Ukraine, Michael Brodsky, raised the Israeli flag near the embassy building in Kyiv on May 17th. General Staff, Russian troops attempted several offensive in the Donbas. The Russians are trying to advance towards Sloviansk and Donetsk Oblast and Severodonetsk in Luhansk Oblast, as well as along the entire front line near the city of Donetsk. Ukraine's General Staff said Russian troops also fired missiles from Su-35 aircraft near Bakhmut, Solar, Kalinov, and Volchovenivrka. I totally butchered that one. In the Donetsk and Luhansk Oblasts, the general staff said. Russia to question Ukrainian soldiers evacuated from Azovstal in criminal cases. Russia's investigative committee said on May 17th that it will check for involvement in crimes against civilians, in line with one of the Kremlin's propaganda narratives. On May 16th, 264 Ukrainian soldiers were evacuated from the Azovstal steel plant in Mariupol to hospitals in Russian-occupied Novozhavodsk and Olenivka in the Donetsk Oblast. And that is the rundown from all the top headlines from the day. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Mark. Welcome, welcome. All right, so let's go around the map. You guys can follow along. This is the map of Ukraine. We're going to go counterclockwise, starting here to the west. We're going to go even further. It's like close to the Polish border, west of the city of Lviv. And if this is your first time seeing the map, blue is Ukraine, red is Russia. The shaded red is occupied territory within Ukraine that Russia has seized since 2014 for Crimea, Luhansk, and Donetsk. That's 2014. The rest of it is since the invasion began. All of these blips on the map are updates from a day ago. They haven't been changed yet, so we went through all of these updates from yesterday. So let's head over to Lviv. Had an air raid siren a day ago. 21 hours ago, Russian aviation launched missile strikes against Lviv region from Belarusian airspace just after midnight. Let's check the translation on that. Russian aircraft launched a missile strike in the Lviv region from the territory of Belarus. Air defense worked. The explosions were confirmed in the area of the Yavoriv test site. Missiles launched from Belarus towards Lviv intercepted. One of the most massive missile attack against Lviv. 2 waves, some missiles were shot down, per the mayor of Lviv. One of the largest attacks in the Lviv region in terms of the number of missiles. This night in the Lviv region, there were 2 air raids and 2 waves of rocket sorties. In Lviv, not a single rocket landed. The air defense forces worked well, said the mayor of the city, Andriy Sadovy. That was at 2:16 in the morning. So that would have been Monday into Tuesday. Monday into Tuesday, they faced a missile barrage. Work our way down. All these blue updates are air raid alarms, all of the blue markers. Go down here to the southwest of Odessa. 2 more missile strikes at a bridge over the Dmytro Zhyvytsky overnight. Dmytro Zhyvytsky Bridge. The Russians once again fired upon the bridge across the Dnipro estuary in the Odessa region, firing 2 rockets at night. Repair work will take a long time, but it is certainly impossible, as well as the operation of the bridge, according to OK South. Russians firing on that Dnipro Zhyvytsky bridge, trying to prevent resources and equipment from getting into Odessa from this region of Ukraine here, south of Moldova. Russians are trying to take out this bridge. Several saboteurs detained in Odessa overnight. This was 19 hours ago. Let's look at the source. Telegram. Just get the written update. Translate. Several saboteurs were detained in Odessa. The head of OVA, Sergei Bratchuk, the involvement of the detainees in the sabotage and reconnaissance groups of the enemy is being specified. The night in the city and the region passed without shelling. The risk of missile strikes is high. Do not ignore air raid sirens. I'm sure the air raid sirens are just part of everyday life now for them. Do not ignore the sirens. Working our way east towards Mykolaiv. Again, here we are on our map. We're still in the south. We're just working east now. This is the city of Mykolaiv, just air raid siren from 5 hours ago. A day ago, we went through that from the South Bud direction. Russian shelling regions with south of Mykolaiv. Ukrainian armed forces destroyed Russian ammunition storages near Izium in the Kherson region. This was a day ago. This was Sunday night into Monday. So a lot of these updates are still on the map. Let's go down here. 16 hours ago, an explosion reported in Henischek. You got an image. Something banged in Genetstek, a large column of smoke. So you had an explosion in north of Crimea, in the city of Henischek. You guys can see it's red. It's Russian occupied at this time. Could be more Ukrainian counterattacks. Haven't seen too many to the south. There's been some to the east of Kherson, in which the Ukrainian soldiers retook the city of Oleksandrivka. That was a couple weeks ago, but most of the regaining of territories is happening up here to the northeast, and we'll get there. Let's work our way to Mariupol, southeastern port city, which the Azovstal defenders are still being evacuated. We got a $2 super chat from Andrew. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that super chat. We're going to look at footage really quick. Footage purports to show Ukrainian soldiers leaving the Azovstal steelworks. Recently released footage purports to show Ukrainian soldiers leaving the Azovstal steelworks in Mariupol, as Ukraine confirmed that more than 260 fighters were evacuated from the plant and taken to areas under Russian control. The videos released by self-proclaimed Donetsk People's Republic and Russia's defense ministry show people being carried out on stretchers. The Guardian has not been able to verify the date or conditions under which this footage was shot. There's been multiple videos coming out today, pictures, articles of this happening. So even though they haven't been able to independently verify it, there have been multiple sources of this video. Footage purports to show Ukrainian soldiers being carried out of the Azovstal steel plant in Mariupol. People can be seen carrying stretchers on the road. The footage was recently released by the so-called Donetsk People's Republic, the separatist region backed and recognized by Russia. The Guardian has not been able to verify when it was filmed. Yeah, in reality, feelings aside, it's a surrender. It is a surrender. And it was able to save many of the soldiers, at least now. Who knows what's going to happen when they get into the Russian camps? Who really knows? But at least for now, they're able to they're able to leave the plant and get to a camp. Thank you, Christine. Let's get the article. Fall of Mariupol appears at hand. Fighters leave the steel plant. This is from the Associated Press. Mariupol appeared on the verge of falling into Russians on Tuesday as Ukraine moved to abandon the steel plant where hundreds of its fighters held out for months under relentless bombardment in the last bastion of resistance in the devastated city. The captured Mariupol would make it the biggest city to be taken by Moscow's forces in the war yet, and would give the Kremlin a badly needed victory, though the landscape has largely been reduced to rubble. Thank you, Christine. More than 260 Ukrainian fighters, some of them seriously wounded and taken out on stretchers, left the ruins of the Azovstal plant on Monday and turned themselves over to the Russian side in a deal negotiated by the warring parties. An additional 7 buses carrying an unknown number of Ukrainian soldiers from the plant were seen arriving at a formal penal colony Tuesday in the town of Olenivka, approximately 88 kilometers north of Mariupol. That's 55 miles. While Russia called it a surrender, Ukrainians avoided that word and instead said the plant's garrison had successfully completed its mission to tie down Russian forces and was under new orders. So yeah, language, you're in a war right now. So, to save their lives, Ukraine needs them. This is the main thing, Ukrainian Defense Minister Oleksiy Reznikov said. So, Russia says it's a surrender. Ukraine says that they've completed that phase of the mission. The Ukrainians expressed hope that the fighters would be exchanged for Russian prisoners of war, but Vyacheslav Volodin, Speaker of the lower house of the Russian parliament, said without evidence that there were war criminals among the defenders and they should not be exchanged but tried. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said Ukraine is still working to extract its remaining troops from the sprawling steel mill. Officials have not said how many remain inside, so there still could be some inside. The evacuation mission is continuing. It is being supervised by our military intelligence officers, Zelensky said in a nightly video address. The most influential international mediators are involved. The operation to abandon the steel plant and its labyrinth of tunnels and bunkers signaled the beginning to the end of a nearly 3-month siege that turned Mariupol into a worldwide symbol of both defiance and suffering. The Russian bombardment killed over 20,000 civilians, according to the Ukrainian side, and left the remaining inhabitants, perhaps 1/4 of the southern port city's pre-war population of 430,000, with little food, water, heat, or medicine. During the siege, Russian forces launched a lethal airstrike on a maternity hospital and a theater where civilians had taken shelter. Close to 600 people may have been killed at the theater. Gaining full control of Mariupol would give Russia an unbroken land bridge to the Crimean Peninsula, which it seized from Ukraine in 2014, and deprive Ukraine of a vital port. So again, just to give you a visual really quick. That will complete this entire southeastern region. Mariupol was the last city holding out. The next city to the west would be Mykolaiv, that isn't under Russian control. Between Mykolaiv and Kherson, there's ground fighting happening in here. Oops. The Russian victory, though, it's mostly symbolic, said Phillips O'Brien, professor of strategic studies at the University of St. Andrews in Scotland. I don't think it will make a significant difference because the Russians have already pulled the bulk of their forces out. So maybe it's a symbolic movement, but I don't think it will make any difference to Ukrainian resistance. Ukrainian presidential advisor Mykhailo Podolyak likened the Ukrainian defenders to the vastly outnumbered Spartans who held out against Persian forces in ancient Greece. 83 days of Mariupol defense will go down in history as the Thermopylae of the 21st century, he tweeted. The soldiers who left the plant were searched by Russian troops, loaded onto buses accompanied by Russian military vehicles, and taken to 2 towns controlled by Moscow-backed separatists. More than 50 of the fighters were seriously wounded, according to both sides. This is going to be a report.
Прощай! Я же больше никогда не полюблю на твои груди.
Fighting remains fierce in several areas of Ukraine, and the death toll, already in the many thousands, keeps climbing as the war enters its 12th week. Update from Associated Press. It was impossible to confirm the total number of fighters brought to Olenivka and their legal status, while Mariupol and Olenivka are officially part of Ukraine's eastern Donetsk region. Olenivka has been controlled by Russian-backed separatists since 2014 and forms part of the unrecognized Donetsk People's Republic. Prior to the rebel takeover, the penal colony number 120 had been a high-security facility designed to hold those sentenced for serious crimes. Footage shot by the Associated Press shows a convoy being escorted by military vehicles bearing the pro-Kremlin Z sign. The Soviet flags fluttered from the poles along the road. About 24 Ukrainian fighters were seen waiting in one of the buses. Russia's main federal investigative body says it intends to interrogate the troops to, quote, identify the nationalists and determine whether they were involved in crimes against civilians. That's ironic, because Russia is a giant nationalist state. Also, Russia's top prosecutor asked the country's Supreme Court to designate Ukraine's Azov regiment, whose members have been holding out at Azovstal, a terrorist organization. The regiment has links to the far right. The negotiated withdrawal could save lives on the Russian side too, sparing its troops from what almost certainly would be a bloody battle to finish off the defenders inside the plant, which sprawls over 11 square kilometers, which is 4 square miles. The withdrawal could also work to Moscow's advantage by taking the world's attention off the suffering in Mariupol. And then here's one of the last photographs taken inside the steel plant in Mariupol. Like the video if you guys haven't, hit the like button, make sure you're following the page and you're subscribed to the channel to be able to comment. So one of the last photos inside the Azovstal plant. Thank you, Michelle, for those 500 stars. Here's a report from the BBC. Mariupol falls to Russian forces as defending troops evacuated. BBC report.
It's been a brutal and bloody 83 days, but their battle is over, for now. The wounded from Azovstal are carried out of the vast steel plant, filmed by the very force they've been fighting. Russia will be keen to air these images, which they say show surrender. But the Ukrainians say this deal is about survival. Tonight, as more fighters lay down their arms and are taken into Russian territory, Ukrainian leaders are keen to stress this was a way to save the country's heroes. For more than 2 months, the Russians have bombarded this industrial site. Analysts believe this latest attack used phosphorus bombs. But a small fighting force refused to give up. They may have also helped prevent Russia from pushing further north.
Thanks to the Mariupol defenders, the enemy was prevented from redeploying around 20,000 personnel into other regions, and so was unable to rapidly take Zaporizhia.
Civilians also used the site's vast network of tunnels as a refuge, aided by the soldiers. But supplies dwindled, and this cold and fetid bunker was cut off from the world. The situation became desperate. Finally, after 2 months, women and children were allowed out into the light. As they arrived at the evacuation centre, I met Katerina, who'd escaped with her 2 children. The boys, aged 6 and 11, are adapting to being back outside and play much as they did in the dark. Their games involve defeating the Russians. Their father is a fighter and remains at the plant.
Были такие прилеты ракетные, что у нас бункер аж.
Under the bombardment, the bombs were so heavy it felt like the bunker walls were moving, and the rooms themselves became smaller.
Иногда было, что может час.
Sometimes there was an hour break, and we hoped maybe that's it, maybe that's the end of it.
Katerina's home city of Mariupol has been hollowed out by the Russian assault. This once vibrant port is now a shell littered with death and destruction. From the depths of the steel plant, wounded Ukrainian fighters made a plea for safe passage. Many have already died from sepsis, they claim. The Russians say those injured will be treated, and there are reports of a prisoner swap. But it's not clear what will happen to the hundreds of fighters still at Azovstal.
Right now, that prisoner swap reports sound just from the Ukraine side. Doesn't sound like Russia's going to agree to that at all. So it sounds like wishful thinking from Ukraine, just trying to get that narrative going so that way there's pressure on Russia to make it happen. But right now, it's not happening.
Among them is thought to be Katerina's husband.
I really, really, really want to help them, but I just don't know how. I feel really powerless. He is a very strong man, strong in spirit. He has been supporting me all my life.
The Azovstal fighters may have obeyed an order to save lives, but their resolve in the face of insurmountable odds has made them a symbol of Ukrainian resilience. Laura Bicker, BBC News, Dnipro.
Well, let's get the latest from Kiev.
All right, that's the update. That's the report. From Mariupol falls to Russian forces as troops are evacuated. So that's what's going on in Mariupol. Let's swing around the map. We went through these updates yesterday. A day ago, that was the ammonium nitrate warehouse that was struck in Kramatorsk. That was a day ago. So these updates haven't changed. Work our way up to Kharkiv. Russian army shelled Mariupol this morning. Over 30 houses and cars and a power line have been damaged. That was 5 hours ago. Today at 5 o'clock in the morning, the Racists opened up fire on Mariupol. More than 30 houses, a high voltage line, and a number of cars were damaged. The source from the Kharkiv Regional Prosecutor's Office. Another update in Kharkiv here. There was a red alert aerial threat, siren sounding. That was 3 hours ago. 19 hours ago, Trskruny, 4 fires broke out on 16 May as a result of the Russian shelling, including residential buildings and a garage. There are no dead or injured. Four fires broke out on Russia on 16 May as a result of the Russian shelling, including residential buildings and a garage. There are no dead or injured, according to the Regional Department of the State Emergency Services of the Kharkiv region. In addition, the Russian military aimed at the House of Culture in the Dergachev City Council. 4 fires broke out 16 May. Again, this is the Kharkiv region. We're in the northeast. Well, not in the furthest northeast, but in the northeast Donbas region. That was from a day ago. Flares visible. 7 hours ago. 1 wounded as a result of a shelling in Bezimo village in the Belgorod region. More activity along the border. Yeah, this is Russia right here. Ukraine, Russia. Seeing more news reports along the border. A picture of let's get the translation here. Looked like a crater in the ground. The head of the Gravnyan city district, Gennady Bonadrev, reported on the shelling of the village of Bezimo by Ukraine. There is 1 victim, a mild wound. All necessary medical care is already being provided. Nothing threatens his life. There are destruction. An assessment and a door-to-door tour of the enemy is currently underway. We will restore everything that is destroyed as soon as possible. So that's coming from a Russian Telegram channel. On an update along the border, you can see the crater. So there was 1 wounded. Keep working our way northeast. 17 hours ago, the Russian army shelled Okharta, Sumy region in the early morning. At least 5 were wounded. 5 wounded in the Sumy region. Look at the damage. You can see a window shattered. All the windows are on the ground. Damaged fence. Windows broken. Likely from the blast. It wasn't hit direct on, but what word am I looking for here? Help me out, chat. What word am I looking for? I'm stumped. I'm stuck on a word right now. Thank you so much, Tara, for my hard work, even though I'm stuck on trying to come up with... It's the blast. I'm looking for a very specific word. Just noticed you're on. Yes, I'm on from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. The shockwave. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you. The shockwave. Like, these were likely caused by the shockwave of the blast. They weren't hit directly. Thank you. I was looking for shockwave. Okharta region. Working our way further northeast. This darker shaded region that's kind of gray is all territory that Russia had occupied when the invasion began on the 24th. All right, so that's what this is, all liberated territory now on our map. This all used to be red. Shelling targeted by Tokotio village in the Kursk region. This was 5 hours ago. The governor of the neighboring Kursk region, Roman Starovoyt, announced the shelling of the border checkpoint in Tokino. According to preliminary data, there are no casualties. The details are being specified. So you got some activity in the far northeast Sumy region. Activity along the border with Russia. 19 hours ago, Alexivka village in the Kursk region was shelled with artillery, damage to several houses, per the governor of the region. That's in Russia. This is the border between Russia and Ukraine. City, what's this city called? I've never even been up here. A heavy battle near the Serinda Buda in Sumy region. Border breakthrough attempt by Russian troops. There are fires along the border line as a result of the shelling 12 hours ago. No picture, just words. Increased activity along the northeastern border. Explosions reported. Here we go, might have a picture here. Might have a picture. Can't really see anything in this. Looks like clouds. I mean, you can see the smoke. You can see the smoke in the air, but you can't see anything. Explosions in the Sumy regional local telegram channels and the media spread information about explosions in the middle of Buda. We are awaiting confirmation from official sources. We're not going to get any confirmation from that telegram update. That was 15 hours ago. Heavy battle near Sadrina Budi in the Sumy region. Border breakthrough attempt by Russian troops. So this is all. These three updates are the same. Saridnya Buda. It's even further north than Sumy. So here's Kharkiv, then Sumy, and that is happening up here in Saridnya Buda. All right, let's work our way over towards Kyiv in the central region of the country. 8 killed, 12 wounded as a result of a missile strike in Desna in the Chernihiv region. There's a strike in the Chernihiv region. There are dead and wounded as a result of a Russian army missile strike in Desna. Let's see if there's anything on Desna. Any video. No, just update. Oh, here you go. Aftermath of a Russian strike on a building in Desna in Chernihiv. So here's an image. You have one photo. That'd be to the northeast of Kyiv. By the capital city. Near the capital city. See if there's any video. No, from 2020. That's old. March 23rd, that's no good. April 10th, nope. Not seeing any newer video. Not seeing any new video postings. That would have been posted by that. If there was a video, it would have been posted by the same source that I read that update from with the picture. So that's northeast, capital city of Kyiv. We have a death marker here. In Mykhailo near Kyiv, the bodies of 3 men who appear to have been executed were found. 2 of them were shot in the head and the 3rd in the stomach. One appears to be a Czech citizen. I'm not going to enhance that image, but it's bodies of 3 men who appear to have been executed found in the city of Mykhailo. And this territory is liberated. That's why it's dark. Or that's why there's a colored portion on the map. All right, let's get to Rob Lee's war combat footage updates of the day. That concludes the news updates within the country. We go around the whole country every night. Some nights there's more updates than others. That's just how it is. I mean, I can't guarantee news every day from it. Some days it's just slower news from the country. So we're going to be getting into the combat clip. Shout out to our amazing veteran community. If you've served in the military or served in any of our armed forces, comment your branch, comment your years of service and your MOS. Trigger warnings ahead of time from combat images. You might see images of death, high intensity combat videos, etc. And oh, it's coming. That sneeze is coming. It's teasing me. So comment your branch, comment your years of service and your MOS. We're going to be getting into the war footage now. So Russian Su-25 in the Donbas region. That's to the east. Luhansk and Donetsk, and then north of that region. Thank you to everybody that's been sending stars. The stars and the super chats and everything that you guys have been sending help significantly. I am independent media, so I can't get any ad revenue on the streams, so it's really just reliant on y'all. Thank you so much for the support. So here's an interesting video I had seen before I was getting the stream fired up. I was stuck on this one. This is a video of a Russian UAV dropping a grenade in a plastic cup on Ukrainian positions. So they put and I actually have I think I have a video on Ukraine War Report on Reddit of that cup, the grenade being put into the cup. Navy Active Duty Air Force Reserves from 95 to 93. Thank you for your service, Anise. So they put that grenade in the cup. Pull that up right now before I forget. Ukrainians make 3D printed. No, different video. There's the cup with the grenade falling. Modern warfare. Russian Ka-52 helicopters firing their rockets into the air at Ukrainian positions in the Izium area. So here's Izium, Russian-controlled territory between Kharkiv and Sloviansk. Here it is on our war map, Izium. Center of your screen. You can see multiple launch rocket systems firing. So this isn't a Ka-52 helicopter. Russian helicopter. This reminds me of like Warhawk. Anybody ever play Warhawk? Old PlayStation game. The way that they use their music and how they create these videos are similar. Then whenever you see it pointing towards the sky like that, whenever you see the helicopter raise its nose, it's so they can get more distance on the rockets. Ka-52 helicopter, the Alligators. Video of Russian strikes on Ukrainian positions in the Lyman area from last week. All right. Moving on. This is what some of the Russian forces were experimenting with before, actually. Literally a drone just carrying the grenade to drop to keep up with the mortar drones. Literally a drone just with a grenade holding the pin. Look at that. Here's a video posted last week of a Russian Tu-22 M3 bomber launching a Kh-22, Kh-32 cruise missile at Ukraine. Okay. Russian Tu-22 M3 bomber. The BM-30D Spitze turret and the 2A-42 30mm cannon from the TS-Ni okay, poorly gone into serious production. So this vehicle is going into production. What is that about? We need something on this. The BM-30D Spitze turret. That looks like, is that an automated turret? This thing's going on there. Looks like a piece of a Metal Gear. Let's see what this thing is really quick. Russia to begin the mass production of a BM-30D Spitze remote-controlled turret with a 30mm cannon for an APC. Got that thing. What is that vehicle? BM, the release of a combat module. I'm trying to get like a.
Привет, друзья.
Okay. That's not gonna help us. New combat module. Maybe this might help. Military news. So this is Russia's mass producing this vehicle, and with the The Kam-Az
During
40.
a military parade that was held in Nizhny Novgorod, May 9, 2021, the Russian army has unveiled a new version of its Vistral Kam-Az 43,269 4x4 armored personnel carrier (APC) vehicle, also called BPM-97, fitted an epic BM-30D RCWS remote-controlled weapon station.
So we're going to see a lot more of those turrets. We're going to see a lot more of those turrets with their top blown off. 30mm automated turret on the top of it. A Russian Orlan 10 UAV footage reportedly of a TOS-1 Alpha thermobaric multiple launch rocket system strikes on Ukrainian positions. And law target practice. I think it looks like it could tip over easily if you take a too sharp of a turn. Mass produced at a Lego facility. It does look top heavy. I don't know. That thing looks like a, I don't know, ugly. Video of a Russian BMP that apparently struck an anti-tank mine driving another damaged vehicle. Russian BMP driving over an anti-tank mine. We just saw a video like this in Mariupol yesterday. A Russian tank was towing out a BMP and then ran over a mine. This must be a common theme. Dang. Goodness. So here it's going to go provide recovery. Help. Drove right over the mine. Video of a Russian Orlan 10 UAV dropping VOG grenades. So Russia's trying to come up with creative ways to keep up with Ukraine's drone capabilities. So they're retrofitting these grenades on the wing of these Russian 10 Orlan drones. Literally looks like a small airplane. That target couldn't be any bigger. Yeah, these are Russians. So they're turning these Orlan drones into combat effective, I guess, or they're able to release some grenades now. The drone sucks, but now they added VOG grenades to them. In Putin's war, the Western military sources, the Russian president is taking decisions at the level of colonel or brigadier. Clear attempt to pin responsibility on Putin as the offensive in the Donbas stalls. Lukashenko, Putin promised me the rank of colonel. Oops. I don't think that's going to happen. Artillery strikes by Ukraine's 45th Artillery Brigade on a Russian ammunition storage site. So you can see the vehicles that highlight them. These Ukrainian military units are getting better at editing. Wow, how'd they do that? That was the biggest one there. Wow. So all they needed to do was hit it once. All those secondary explosions are... Wow. That thing just keeps exploding. Over a 2-minute video. Got the ammunition dump. Lots of cook-offs. Hitting those ammunition storage facilities is huge. Oh yeah. So that's from the 45th Artillery Brigade on Russian ammunition storage. Here we got a video of artillery strikes on Ukraine's 59th Motorized Brigade on Russian dug-in positions, including a T-72B3 tank and a Alright. That is Ukraine's 59th Motorized Brigade on Russian dug-in positions. Scrolling up. Old footage of DNR troops shooting at Azovstal with a DSHK heavy machine gun. So that is the DSHK heavy machine gun. I wonder if there's more. Oh. No footage there. No further. Video reportedly of a Russian Tor M2 firing on a target in the Donbas. To the east. Looked like they were shooting at nothing. Or taking a video. Alright. Video of DNR troops launching an ATGM at a Ukrainian position in Avdiivka. That thing travels for a while. DNR troops launching an ATGM strike at a Ukrainian position. We got another captured Russian Orlan 10 UAV stuck in a tree. There's their Orlan UAV. Video of a Ukrainian skiff ATGM reportedly on a Russian BMP-3. Facebook ended, so you guys are gonna have to come over to YouTube. Great, of course. Alright, moving on. Video of a destroyed Rozgavirta column that was targeted at the beginning of the war. Can I not fight this yet? Facebook is very frustrating. Tell me about it. I can't fight it right now either. It's not letting me. It's not letting me fight the copyright right now. Yeah, Facebook went down. Destroyed Russian vehicles. There's the Tiger. Or MRAP. Yep, Facebook ended. I know. Welcome everybody that's hopping over from Facebook. Thank you for continuing with us. Facebook's sensitive. That is a big major blast. So let's start here again. Welcome everybody that's coming over from Facebook. Hey artists. All right, that is the column that was targeted in the beginning of the war. Undated video reportedly of Ukrainian soldiers launching an Eagle of man-pads at Russian helicopters.
Два. Их два. Их два.
You're surprised we're not seeing more civilian trucks used. Russia's taking a massive logistical support hit, so they'll run out soon. And we've seen them steal vehicles and then spray paint the Z on.
Да хуй там, они сейчас зайдут сюда стрелять.
Did he hit the helicopter? I don't think he did. Double check.
Их два. Их два.
Didn't look like he hit the helicopter. Oh yeah, YouTube is, I said yesterday, YouTube is from 7 to 9 p.m. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturdays. 7 to 9. No, they saw the flares come out. The flares were used. Flares used again. I don't think they hit. I don't think they hit there. I don't know. I think that noise right there that you just was the flares. Might have hit the one on the right. Let's see if there's further video. It's the man pads. Man portable air defense system. I don't know. Unclear. To me, it looked like there were flares. Could have hit the one on the right. BMP tank support and combat vehicle in Luhansk. Interestingly, it is marked with a V and not an O, despite being in service with the 90th Tank Division. Looks like it was an O, and now it's got a V on it. Here we got a captured Russian Tiger M vehicle with Ukrainian service. So you got a Russian Tiger M with the flag on it. Right? Lots of awards given out. FSB officers checking on houses in Kherson. So Russian video.
Что там находится? Автомат. Один, два. Должно быть два.
Здесь одни магазины? Да. Что еще есть? Здесь еще что-то есть?
Здесь все.
Точно?
Точно. Все в Кировограде.
Уехали.
Да. Что там, получается?
Погнали.
У нас здание здесь за этим буквой идет.
Сейчас еще раз. У нас бокс за зданием.
Здание, да, буква идет с левой стороны.
5:45. Давай, ставь бомбу на себя. Нулевой. Да он нулевый. Самое интересное, что...
I don't know. Looks pretty staged to me. Stream's been going for an hour and 9 minutes.
Что там находится? Автомат. Один, два. Должно быть два.
Здесь одни магазины?
Да.
Что еще есть? Здесь еще что-то есть?
Здесь все.
Точно?
Точно. Все в Кировограде.
Уехали.
Да. Что там, получается?
Погнали.
У нас здание здесь за этим буквой идет.
So they're gonna go clear this area with the door already open. Again. Standing there. So Kherson is here on our map. Here's the city of Kherson, east of Mykolaiv. I don't know about that. Looking pretty sus on that video. Here we got Russian Spetsnaz launching a Kornet ATGM. It's sitting right here. Other side of the tree. That was a quick shockwave after it too. So Russian Spetsnaz launching a Kornet ATGM. Video reportedly of a strike on a Russian BMP-1 by Ukraine's 25th Airborne Brigade. Alright. Video reportedly of a strike on a Russian BMP-1, Ukraine's 25th Airborne. Video reportedly showing strikes on a Russian Buk. Alright. Artillery strikes on a Russian Buk air defense system. Here we got a video of a captured Russian T-90 Alpha tank being pulled by a Ukrainian tank.
Хорошо бродить по свету с карамелькой за щекою, а еще одну для друга. Хорошо бродить по свету с карамелькой за щекою, а еще одну для друга.
Pulling that thing right up out of there. Pulling that thing right up out of there. You had your notifications on. You listened all day too. Notified, had no notification. Interesting. Yeah, it's been live. I mean, I try to verbalize that. 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. 7 p.m. Central Time. 4 Russian Su-25 attack aircraft over the Kharkiv Oblast. Alright, continuing on. Video of Russian Spetsnaz snipers, likely from the GRU-GU's 22nd Spetsnaz Brigade, with members of the DNR Rush Battalion in Pisky. Was this a BM? What was this? Is this a BMP commercial? Video of Russian Spetsnaz snipers, likely from the GRU GU's 22nd Spetsnaz Brigade, with members of the DNR Rus Battalion in Pisky. We got geolocation. Pull that up on our maps. All right, get that exact location. Pisky. To the northwest of Donetsk. I'm sorry if YouTube didn't notify. I mean, I was live for 7 hours already today. I've said it multiple times today, and I said it last night during the 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. time frame. I did say it multiple times. I'll reiterate it again, and I'll try to get this video scheduled earlier in the day, so it's just posted onto the channel. I can't get any street views. But again, so Monday is 9 to 11. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Say it again. Monday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. I need more time. I need more time in my day. And going live at 9 p.m. I don't fall asleep until 3 in the morning, and then I have an issue waking up. So that's why I need to go a little earlier in the night, and I also need more time to work on reports and finish editing them, because I do want to get out and cover more news. The Russian Ministry of Defense claimed that their forces repelled a Ukrainian offensive in the Zaporizhia Oblast from May 14th. Why are we... From 3 days ago. Thank you, Lynette. 7 p.m. is Central Time. I am in Central Time. Shenanigans, I have not played video games since last week. I don't know what you're talking about. And for me, video games do not eat my life. We have a platform for doing so. We have members that are subscribed monthly for video games. People tune in regularly. It's a second source of income, so it doesn't eat my life at all. Also, this time frame is to allow for video games. Not tonight, though. I do need to finish that report. I'm going to be going live on Instagram while I'm editing the video together. A little over a 2-minute video seeing targets in infrared. No audio on this video either. You got craters in the countryside. Alright, that was a little over a 2-minute long video. Russian Ministry of Defense claimed their forces repelled a Ukrainian offensive in Zaporizhia on May 14th. That would have been a push south. Is there a geolocation on this? Unfortunately, that does seem to be true. During a claimed failed Ukrainian attack on Mariupol, Zaporizhia Oblast, 4 Ukrainian tanks were destroyed, most likely a T-64 tanks. Not seen any geolocation posts for this. Russian Ministry of Defense video of a Tor M2 air defense system in Ukraine. Appreciate that, Nora.
Попал. Русский луч. Цель уничтожена.
All right. The other thing too I'm learning is the third notification of the day doesn't go out. If you try to go live 3 times within a 24-hour period, the notification doesn't get sent out. So I will try to schedule this stream every day, way early as I can. Again, and then adjust it during the daytime.
Терминаторы! Терминатор!
What are we looking at here? Video of 4 BMPT tank support combat vehicles in Luhansk. There are 9 BMPTs in a company.
Терминатор!
Video of a batch of T-90M tanks delivered to the Russian military from Urla Vanosvagad. Sitting on the railhead.
Благодарим вас всех. Ура, товарищи!
Then they go off the track, down the railhead. T-90M tanks delivered. Oh. I'm not quite sure what he's trying to convey here. You're welcome to disagree with me on this video. This T-90 tank was previously recorded as captured by Ukraine. The Ukrainian tank has its front and rear lights on, and the other version of the video has a Clidio watermark. Okay. Although those T-90M tanks looks like at least one company is being delivered. You got got a cleric blessing the tanks. Those T-90s have done nothing but be part of the rest of them getting blown up. T-90 tanks have been insignificant in Ukraine. Russian Orlan 10 UAV footage of a Russian strike on a Ukrainian position. God bless the tanks. If you ever see a cleric, or if your religion is ever blessing tanks, you have a problem. If you ever see someone that, if you have a belief system that in which blessings of tanks are a part of that, tough. Video of DNR forces targeting Ukrainian relay towers with ATGMs. Did it hit a pole? Oh, Ukrainian relay towers. Not all of the strikes were successful, though. Oh. Yeah, that one missed. Knocked off the top piece, though. So one successful, one unsuccessful. Russian Spetsnaz servicemen with a camouflage tank. Spent all that time to take a picture. Did it help him not be seen? Absolutely not. Another UAV video showing a Russian strike on a Ukrainian position. Looks similar. We've seen that one. Another video of a central military district. Oh, let's go here. That's April 28th. So here's another one then. Another video of Central Military District Commander Colonel General Alexander Lapin awarding Russian soldiers in Ukraine. Looks like he is borrowing helmets from Spetsnaz PSD.
Ордена мужества и медали ордена с мечами Суворова и Жукова вручил командующий Центрального военного округа. Александр Лапин отметил успешную работу подразделений.
Для меня огромная честь выполнять свой воинский долг вместе с вами, проявивших мужество, доблесть, отвагу и выполнивших поставленные задачи. И в нашей сегодняшней победе огромная заслуга именно вас, ваших подчиненных.
Генерал-полковник попросил офицеров беречь себя и солдат. Наши военнослужащие...
All right, War Crime Medal ceremony. Pretty clear that the O signifies Central Military District units or units under its command in Ukraine, though O markers have popped up in other areas. A little strange that Lapin is wearing multicam and a high-cut helmet, which are only worn by Spetsnaz or elite units. You're not Spetsnaz. Russian soldier deaths. Ukrainian Mi-24 and Mi-8 helicopter firing rockets at Russian positions. Is John back in Ukraine? John Sweeney isn't in Ukraine right now, so that's why we haven't been watching his updates. I can look. Again, when it raises the front of the helicopter, it's so the missiles can get a further distance. When you saw its nose tip up right here, when you see it fly right into the air, the rockets go a further distance. Is that the end of the? Is that the end? We reached the end of Rob Lee's war footage. Let's go to Ukraine War Report on Reddit now. He'll be back in Ukraine at the beginning of June, yes. Ukrainians make stabilizers in 3D printers with limited time reductors and develop new ways of delivering Russian F1 or RGD to their creators, with the contrasting with the Russian use of plastic cups. So we saw a video of Russians using a plastic cup to drop from the... Oh wow. And then here's the Ukrainian version of that, putting a grenade in a device that was 3D printed. That looks way more effective than Russia's grenade in a cup. Way more effective than Russia's grenade in a cup. Very innovative though. How does the pin pull though? It's inside of that plastic casing. How does the pin pull? A new Russian butt. Someone in the comments said it was a new Russian butt plug. Finland votes to join NATO, 188 to 8. The application will be sent on Wednesday, so tomorrow. Sweden and Finland will send their application in tomorrow. Ukrainian soldiers surrendering at Mariupol, May 17th. So here's another look at that outside the Azovstal plant. Look at that. So these are Ukrainian soldiers. The guy that's being searched is Ukrainian soldier from the Azovstal plant, and then these are the Russians that are searching their belongings. Ukraine seemingly hopeful that there will be a negotiation for these soldiers. Russia's already said no, but Ukraine's keeping hope that there will be. These are the soldiers coming out of the Azovstal plant. Another video. More Azovstal's wounded getting transported out. They defended that plant for over 80 days. I read reports earlier that they're unclear how many are left inside the plant still. It's still unclear. Alright, street survey. Is this from 1420? The YouTube channel? Russians answer this question. Should we start a special military operation in Sweden and Finland? This is definitely from the 1420 YouTube channel. Here's a clip, 5-minute clip.
Хотели бы вы начать спецоперацию в Швеции или еще? Пусть Финляндии, да, Швеция, Финляндия.
Наверное, на самом деле смешной вопрос. Конечно, не хотел бы.
Вы про войну говорите, нет?
Честно говоря, мне хватает уже одной спецоперации, которая достаточно сильно повлияла на мою жизнь. Вот. Так что я бы не особо хотел еще что-нибудь начинать.
Хочу начать спецоперацию в Финляндии по прохождению на концерт
Listen, there's a reason why the Viking countries have been like, we don't need any of you. We can hold our own. Alright? Nobody wants problems with Sweden and Finland.
Все, что я хочу, что связано с Финляндией. А Швеция, не знаю, когда у него концерт, но если там тоже будет, то тоже готов, в принципе.
Я не буду отвечать на этот вопрос.
Я скажу так, что по национальности я вообще украинец, поэтому, думаю, ответ на вопрос очевиден. Я еще из Приднестровья. У нас уже первая спецоперация достаточно сильно затронула. У нас было около 4 терактов. Вот. Отношение у меня вообще к любой спецоперации, если это можно так назвать уже спецоперацией, то крайне негативные.
И что потребует, да?
Нет, конечно. А почему?
Ну, потому что это абсурд. Ну, нет, слово спецоперация вообще сразу сейчас приравнивается к абсурду, поэтому нет. Конечно, нет.
Почему?
Ну, потому что это преступление против человечества. Так нельзя делать. Это, ругаться матом можно?
Конечно.
Типа, это полный пиздец. Ну, ребят, так, это прям... С этим нельзя это поддерживать.
1420, he does a good job, or the interviewer talks to older people too, so I'm interested to see if he does get around. The younger crowd I mean, early in the war they were upset about McDonald's, but now, I mean, they make it more sense than the older generation in Russia.
Наверное, да.
Из-за чего?
Не знаю, что-то новое попробовать.
Я вообще не хочу никаких спецопераций нигде вообще. So, не только в Финляндии.
I mean, it's like, listen, Russia's ability to go back to the Soviet Union completely is over with. Their own people, like, want to be westernized. The young generation, like my age, I'm almost 30. So, like, in the 30s, 40s, and younger, like, this dude's wearing a New York Yankees hat. Other dude was wearing a Chicago White Sox hat. Like, they want McDonald's. They want Western. They want to be westernized. The people do. The average, everyday Russians do. The young, my generation, I should say. They're wearing all Western products.
Что власти решат, это не мое дело. Ну а если они поставят там базы НАТО?
И что? Суверенное государство, чего хотят, то и делают, в принципе.
Но в целом для России есть опасность, то есть там Финляндия к НАТО?
Очень сомневаюсь.
И наплевать.
Это же опасно для России, может быть, или нет?
Наплевать. Можно, пожалуйста, чтобы базы НАТО установили прямо вот у меня в доме, но при этом мне не отключали горячую воду летом. Можно, пожалуйста, чтобы у меня пенсия была нормальная. Но базы НАТО будут стоять вот прямо вот у меня в туалете. Мне плевать.
Put a NATO base in my closet.
Не знаю, те, кто имеет какое-то к этому отношение, наверное, те, кто могут повлиять. Война — это отвратительно. Это
полный, ну как бы, я не могу слов найти просто.
Я не силен во всем этом. Не могу сказать, плохо, хорошо. Какие интересы у НАТО там, что это вообще такое. Мы, возможно, видим только вершину айсберга.
Ну а если бы вы узнали внезапно, что все-таки так произошло и там установили базу? Вас бы это напугало или вам пофиг было бы?
Ну, у нас достаточно хорошее ПВО в любом случае, поэтому нет.
Риски, которые есть, они, мне кажется, минимальные. Но из-за этого все равно не стоит специальную операцию начинать. Я не считаю, что это причина для специальной операции. Ну вот просто Финляндия и Швеция хотят сейчас вступить в НАТО, и многие считают это опасным.
Возможно, это так. Я некомпетентна разговаривать на эти темы.
Я просто не разбираюсь в политике, поэтому я против агрессии какой-то и все.
Вот просто как обычный гражданин считаете НАТО опасным?
Не знаю.
Многие считают это опасным просто, то что Финляндия и Швеция хотят вступить в НАТО, и, соответственно, подлетное время там может уменьшиться. Вас это не пугает?
Все пугает, конечно, но не хочется вообще об этом говорить.
Что бояться? Что бояться? Сколько движух было в России, сколько Россия прошла всякого движа, и как бы вот каждый раз бояться, мне кажется, России уже ничего не надо бояться, спокойно жить, и что-то они там делают, пусть все делают, что угодно. Планы, не планы.
Talked to a lot of youth in that video. They're younger than my generation, millennial-ish. We saw that BMP video. So we're just going through the Ukraine war report of any videos we might have missed from Reddit. The Azovstal, at least 7 buses left the compound. So we're heading back to Mariupol now in this video. 7 buses leave the compound. What a scary experience this has to be, though, for the soldiers, Ukrainian soldiers. Yeah, the videos look like Russia's taking care of them, but they're going to camps. You know, truly, their safety is unknown, for real. The videos sure look nice, right? These videos here that you saw the Russians treating them and the medics and everything, but that's all for the camera. When they get to their destination, who knows how they're going to be treated. Ukrainians using grads on Russian positions. One more time, that was the clearest. Ukrainian grad strike on Russian positions. Saw that Russian column destroyed. Russian foreign minister said that Finland and Sweden joining NATO would probably make not much difference, as the two countries had long participated in the alliance's military drills. Sounds like copium.
Part of the nation.
What is this about? Estonian Prime Minister Kaja Kallas tries to persuade world leaders to stop talking with Putin, who is a war criminal.
Or a whole nation. And he has expressed this will, his intention. He has done steps for this, and he's a war criminal. And if you say that there is no outcome of talking to him, then why talk to him? Because I don't see into his head, of course, and into Kremlin's walls, but I feel that if everybody is constantly calling him, he doesn't get the message that he's isolated. So if we want to get him the message through that actually you're isolated, don't call him. It's no point.
Do you guys feel that Putin and the Kremlin can be negotiated with at this point. So that, again, that's Estonian Prime Minister is saying stop talking to Putin. There's no point. We kick in, we'll keep kicking their asses. Intense footage of the Urka unit blowing up a Rush tank. The Ukra unit. Sipping coffee and blowing up tanks in the morning. So this is, again, Ukrainian soldier. You got the yellow on. Sipping coffee in the morning.
Где мухи? Где еще мухи? Есть мухи? Дай. Едет. Еще мухи туда две отнеси. Принял. Работаю. Давай, пидор, я тебя жду, сука. Да. Танк горит танк. Еще да, горит. Это я. Плюс.
Вони сюди ніколи не зайдуть. Окремий батальйон територіальної оборони міста-героя Харків.
All right. Coffee in the morning, blowing up tanks. Ukrainian Brotherhood, it won't be broken. TikTok there. President Volodymyr Zelensky spoke live during the opening ceremony of the 75th Cannes Film Festival. In his speech, Zelensky mentioned Charlie Chaplin's The Great Dictator and the role the movie played in Hitler's denunciation in World War II. I thought we were going to get to hear the speech. I guess it was just the clapping. Ukrainian armed forces training with the Dutch YPR 765 IFV based off the M1113 APC and the Polish T72 M1 tank. So Ukrainian forces are training with the Dutch YPR 765. That M113 sucks. I hope it's better than that. All right, big thing right here to highlight. Notice how this video, even it's a training video. You know it's a training video because the video description says it's a training video. I mean, and you can see the happenings in the video. They're training. Russia will put videos out like this as if they are the combat footage of the day, or the successes of Russia in Ukraine, especially in Mariupol. Russia will post videos just like this. It sounds the same, looks the same vibe, looks like a training video. Military imagery, some training. Thumbs up. good editing, music. Same thing Russia's doing, only that's an actual training video. Not trying to say that it's combat footage when it's not. Brutal honesty, retired Russian colonel and defense columnist Mykhailo Podolyak on Russian state TV. Our situation is about to get worse. Victory is determined by morale and willingness to fight, and the Ukrainians have it. We don't want to admit it, but virtually the entire world is against us. Russia Media Watch.
На любое дело все-таки надо смотреть в целом с общестратегических позиций и желательно с учетом ближайшей исторической перспективы. Но для начала должен сказать, что не надо пить информационные успокоительные, а то иногда распространяется информация о том, о каком-то морально-психологическом надломе в вооруженных силах Украины, что якобы там чуть ли не близится настроение к какому-то перелому и так далее. Все это, мягко говоря, не соответствует действительно. Конечно, есть отдельные частности, пленные, подразделения некоторые, но это частности. А смотреть, как мы только что говорили, надо всегда на дело в целом. А в целом дело обстоит так, что...
Но это частности, которые определяют то, что происходит в целом. И если уже несколько частей объявили об отсутствии финансирования, оружия, то это тоже имеет значение, тоже нельзя оставлять за скобками.
Безусловно, но ситуация с общестратегических позиций состоит в том, что вооруженные силы Украины могут подставить под ружье 1 миллион человек. И они об этом сами говорят, что для нас никакой сложности в том, что мобилизовать 1 миллион человек, нет. Весь вопрос состоит в том, насколько они смогут обеспечить эту армию современным вооружением, военной и специальной техникой. Собственными силами...
Listen, they wouldn't be supplying an army if you weren't invading. Like, simple as that. If you weren't trying to take Ukrainian strategic resources and territory within the country for your own, and this you wouldn't have to worry about it.
Техникой. Собственными силами они, конечно, ничего бы не сделали, но учитывая, что вот-вот заработает ленд-лиз, а сопротивление одного единственного сенатора все-таки будет достаточно быстро преодолено, вот-вот заработает европейский...
Я вам скажу, оно будет преодолено послезавтра в среду вечером.
Rand Paul, the only senator that halted that aid, it's going to be going through though.
Достаточно быстро преодолено, вот-вот заработает европейский...
Я вам скажу, оно будет преодолено послезавтра в среду вечером.
Под грохот малых барабанов и без всякой, так сказать, лишней стрельбы. И учитывая то, что в полном объеме заработает европейская помощь, так что вот миллион вооруженных украинских солдат, вот это надо воспринимать как реальность ближайшего времени. И это нам надо учитывать в своих оперативно-стратегических расчетах, что ситуация в этом плане для нас будет откровенно ухудшаться. Теперь, что касается разговоров о вступлении в Североатлантический альянс.
Gulag. Can't say that. Dang, that's the first like reality I've actually read from Russia. It's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse for them.
Откровенно ухудшаться. Теперь, что касается разговоров о вступлении в Североатлантический альянс.
Профессиональная армия — это сколько человек? Украинская по-прежнему. Профессиональная. Те, кого мобилизуют, тоже так себе контингент.
Дело в том, что уровень профессионализма любой армии определяется не комплектованием ее по контракту, а уровнем выучки личного состава. Состава и его морального настроя, готовности проливать кровь за свою родину. Вот этим определяется уровень профессионализма. И призывная армия может...
This guy's probably garbage. All right, so I don't know what but right now he's not telling any lies.
Быть высокопрофессиональный. Уровень, способ комплектования никогда не определяет уровень профессионализма армии. У нас, кстати, вот эта догма очень прочно засела в головах некоторых наших политологов, что если человек взят по контракту, то это профессионал. Отнюдь. А желание защищать свою родину, в том понимании, как оно существует на Украине, оно там реально существует, сражаться они намерены до последнего.
Мы профессионализмом с вами называем желание умереть.
Я бы так это не формулировал.
No, you're not. Okay.
Я бы так это не формулировал, и все-таки...
Желание умереть за страну является профессионализмом?
She's not hearing him at all.
Профессионализмом это не является, но это является составной частью...
Army's high combat readiness. He's speaking to the... again, you can just throw someone in a uniform. You can have all the... No, I'm just saying, in terms of he's right about the willingness to fight and what is required for success in war. he'll self-poison tomorrow. Yeah, I'm not trying to be like this dude is someone to listen to. You know what I mean? He's spitting facts. He's right in terms of in context of the conversation that he's having here. You can't just throw someone in a uniform and throw them out there and have them be effective. There's training required. There's so much that goes into being a soldier that just taking orders and wearing a uniform and having a helmet and a weapon is not good enough to win. Russia can throw millions and millions of these conscripts out there and they're going to get wiped out by like the Ukrainians that are trained. The Ukrainians are trained and they're professional. They're becoming professional soldiers in terms of like you can tell the Russian soldiers aren't professionally trained or anything. They're looting, they're killing civilians, they're committing war crimes on a daily basis. They're not soldiers. They're civilians that were given a uniform and were told you have to go fight or you're gonna die, or your family will get killed. That's not gonna work.
Составной частью высокой боеспособности армии, одной из важнейших. Как говорили классики марксизма-ленинизма, а они в этом плане были не дураки, что в конечном счете победа на поле боя определяется высоким моральным состоянием.
High level of morale too. Russian troops have no morale, none. They have no reason to fight. They weren't even told. A lot of them early in the invasion weren't even sure what was happening. There was no communication. They don't have non-commissioned officers. Their generals are out on the battlefield with them. They don't have anything.
Личного состава, который проливает кровь за те идеи, за которые он готов сражаться. Не взять, не дать, не взять. Классики в этом плане были исключительно правы. Но возвращаясь все-таки к НАТО, к Североатлантическому альянсу, что тут следует сказать? Опять-таки, самое главное в нашем деле – это всегда оставаться на позициях военно-политического реализма. Если ты выходишь за эти рамки, то действительность история тебя рано или поздно так набьет по носу, что мало не покажется. Что тут все-таки самое главное в этом плане? Не размахивай, опять-таки, смотрим на дело в целом с общестратегических позиций. Не размахивать тут какими-то ракетами, елки, в сторону там Финляндии. Это вообще смотрится достаточно забавно. А все-таки самое главное недостаток нашего военно-политического положения в том, как-то, что мы в полном геополитическом одиночестве. И практически против нас, как бы нам это не хотелось признавать, весь мир. И вот из этой ситуации надо выходить.
It would start with pulling your troops out of Ukraine. That would be a start. So, interesting video there. Talking to the effectiveness of soldiers. And what's her name? That's the lady from RT who used to runs the Russia Today. Talking with him. Retired Russian colonel and defense columnist Mykhailo Podolyak on Russian state TV. Our situation is about to get worse. Victory is determined by morale and willingness to fight, and Ukrainians have it. We don't want to admit it, but virtually the entire world is against us. That guy will be poisoned soon. Russian Buk anti-air system destroyed by Ukrainian artillery. We saw that video. Poison. Rus is on fire. The Rus is on fire. A 2,000 mile, I don't know what this is. I don't read that. 2.000 M2 area in Berdyansk city. So another Russian city on fire. The Rus is on fire. A 2,000 meter square area. Thank you, Joseph. You know, the United States, we did things differently with our numbers and shit. 2,000 meter square area.
All right, thumbs up.
Okay. Wow. Why was that so loud?
Ready, guys? Let's do this. Leroy Jenkins. Oh my God, he just ran it.
One more time.
All right, thumbs up. Ready, guys? Let's do this. Leroy Jenkins. Oh my God, he just ran it.
Oh man. Ukrainian border guards destroy Russian tank and bridge on the Zhyvytsky Donetsk River. Leroy Jenkins. Oh my God. How many of y'all actually know what that's from? Or how many of y'all are just laughing because it's funny? Yeah, Leroy Jenkins. If you know, you know. There's the bridge. Russian tank going to be cosplaying as a submarine soon. Ukrainian border guards destroy Russian tank on the bridge. Good thing it's got the cannon for a snorkel. There's the bridge destroyed. T-90M being sent to the front. 50 have been built since February. How many have been destroyed?
Как сейчас говорят, средства СМИ США, что завод не работает. Вот доказательство того, что завод работает, и мы будем продолжать выпускать технику, поддержку России, поддержку наших военных, поддержку нашего президента.
Существует такая традиция освещать в том числе и оружие.
That's the cleric.
Чтобы помощь и благословение, защита Божья присутствовала на этом оружии, чтобы защищать свое Отечество, защищать тех людей, которые требуют помощи и защиты.
Get out of here, dude. What the fuck, dude?
Ура, товарищи!
Don't. There's that. T-90's being sent to the front. Oh, we got translation on this video here. We're gonna watch it again just because of the translation.
Перед началом работы. Всем привет и удачи нам.
Уходит!
Где мухи? Где еще мухи? Есть мухи? Дай.
Gimme.
Едет. Еще мухи туда две отнеси. Принял. Работает. Давай, пидор, я тебя жду, сука.
Dang.
Да.
Give me that.
Танк горит танк.
Burning like hell.
Плюс.
So they have comms with their air. They have comms with their air support. He's talking to air support right now. That's who the conversation's with. Nicely done.
Танк горит танк.
Burning like hell because they have their drones on it. They don't have to sit there and see if they hit the target. Ukraine received Brimstone British missiles. So we did look up what these Brimstone missiles are a couple streams ago. Here they are being used now. I've never seen somebody bless a tank. That's still. Ukrainian troops use the SPG-9 Spear. What is that?
Ого.
What is that thing, dude? I think it has a ring noise to it. Is that why it's called? Listen one more time. Do they have every single one of these ever created ever in history? These rocket. They have every single one ever. What is this? SPG-9 Spear? Let's look that up quick. It's a recoilless rifle. Oh, they were using it in Ukraine 2 months ago. They've been using it. This video is 2 months old. Alright, I want to find a...
Now, explain this weapon to me.
What we have here is the Russian-made SPG-9, 73mm recoilless smoothbore weapon.
Oh, baby, you know what I'm talking about? Oh, baby. Let's listen to these Americans. SPG-9 Kopy 73mm recoilless gun. Let's go.
Explain this weapon to me.
What we have here
Explain
is
that weapon to Gunny.
the Russian-made SPG-9 73mm recoilless smoothbore weapon. It fires a 73mm projectile, which comes in high explosive
Rest in
and high
peace, Gunny.
explosive anti-tank. It's a breech-loaded weapon. Usually a 3 to 4 man crew runs it. You can, at a combat speed, 5 to 6 rounds per minute can be sent downrange to this weapon.
Staff Sergeant Doggett chambered around while I settled into position. Once I sighted my target, it's time to let her rip.
All right. Gunny, rest in peace. On the History Channel report of the SPG-9. Zelensky, I will continue to gather the largest possible international audience for Ukraine to support our state at all levels and to put pressure on Russia at all levels. So here's straight from President Zelensky.
Наші захисники, захисниці. 83-й день нашої оборони почався з доволі серйозної комбінації російських ударів по Україні. Ракетний обстріл Львівської,
Yes, Arlie Ermy passed away.
області, Сумщини, Чернігівської, авіаудари в Луганській області, специфічна диверсійна активність в прикордонних районах України. Усе це
Passed away a couple years ago.
не просто створення напруги для нашої держави, не просто випробовування наших сил. Це свого роду спроба компенсації російської армії за серію провалів на сході і півдні нашої країни. Вони не можуть продемонструвати успіх загальновійськовими діями на тих напрямках, де пробують наступати. І тому намагаються показати успіх за рахунок своїх ракет та іншої активності, але також безрезультативно. Ці удари, як і багато попередніх, кардинально нічого не змінюють. Тим більше, що наша протиповітряна оборона і протидиверсійні заходи стають все міцніші. Говорив сьогодні з канцлером Німеччини Олафом Шольцем доволі продуктивно, передусім про оборонну підтримку України, нашу взаємодію на рівні Євросоюзу, проінформував про актуальну ситуацію на полі бою та про можливий розвиток цієї ситуації. Мав розмову з президентом Франції Еммануелем Макроном, предметну і тривалу. Обговорили 6-й пакет санкцій, які готуються в Євросоюзі, переговорний процес з Росією та евакуацію наших героїв з Азовсталі. Евакуаційна місія триває і її керують наші військові і розвідники, залучені найбільш впливові міжнародні посередники. Окремо, а також предметно говорили з президентом Франції про наші євроінтеграційні кроки і розгляд української заявки на отримання статусу кандидата на вступ в ЄС. Продовжую збирати якнайбільшу міжнародну аудиторію для України, щоб нашу державу підтримували на всіх рівнях і щоб на всіх рівнях тиснули на Росію. Інформаційний тиск, дипломатичний, а також культурний – ось що нам треба. Щоб, як і в часи Другої світової війни, боротьба за свободу могла спиратися, зокрема, і на силу мистецтва. Тому сьогодні під час церемонії відкриття Канського кінофестивалю звернувся до світової кінематографічної спільноти і нагадав, що зараз, як і в 1940-х роках, потрібно сміливо, відкрито захищати свободу і боротися з диктатурою. Саме зараз цей час, коли мова кіно може стати і повинна стати мовою боротьби за свободу. Підписав сьогодні указ про нагородження наших героїв. 165 військовослужбовців Збройних сил України відзначені державними нагородами, з них 13 посмертно. Звання Героя України присвоєно 3 військовослужбовцям 24-ї окремої механізованої бригади. Тим, хто проявив надзвичайну хоробрість і ефективність в боях на Донбасі. Сьогодні ж попрощався з першим президентом України Леонідом Макаровичем Кравчуком. Церемонія відбулася в Києві. В Києві, який назавжди залишиться українським, столицею незалежної держави від 1991-го і назавжди. Вічна слава усім, хто став на захист України, вічна пам'ять кожному і кожній, хто боровся за незалежність. Слава Україні!
Straight from the President Zelensky. Ukrainian, we saw that Su-25s. Destroyed Russian position in the Kharkiv Oblast. So that's in Kharkiv. To the northeast in the Donbas. Come on, zoom in. Oh, there we go. The Kharkiv Oblast. Thank you for that super chat, Peggy.
За собой след. Свиньи ебаные. Я под ноги смотрю.
GoPro on the shoulder.
Проебали машину свою. Так съебывали, что позабывали все, что можно.
Got a multiple launch rocket system truck right there. Russian rocket truck.
Жигуля кого-то спиздили.
This is a Russian position in the Kharkiv Oblast. Ukrainian forces are taking territories back that Russia held.
Люди живы. Как свиньи последние.
There's their MREs.
Просто как свиньи.
Garbage.
Сейчас я вам покажу, короче, штуку. Вы такого никогда еще в жизни не видели. Вот, вроде мы ходим в бронежилетах хороших, а у них еще средневековье. У них еще эти доспехи, еще доспехи. Смотрите, что эти свиньи тут понаделывали. Весь лес обосрали. Весь лес обосрали. Что их вон шапочка.
Stupid hats. Kick the stupid that Russian hat. Ukrainian sniper position. He kicks the MRE and the hat. Wow. Those guys are probably sitting there for hours. Laying there for hours. Ukrainian sniper positions. Ukrainian forces using the Polish AMZ Dzik IMV.
You keep saying you got something for me.
It's a classic.
Something you call love, but confess. You've been a messin' where you shouldn't have been a messin'. And now someone else is getting all your best. These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do.
Dang. One more time. Boatsman boys. Boatsman boys. What happened? Oh, it's not wanting to load the... Oh, there we go.
You keep saying you got something for me. Something you call love, but confess.
I know the guy in the ATV was sitting
You've
there.
been a messin' where you shouldn't have been a messin'. And now someone else is getting all your best. These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do.
Classic. Alright. Keep scrolling down. Leader of the Azov movement, or Azov movement. Azov Regiment Andrei Beletsky recorded a video. He urged to refrain from any assessments or comments about the evacuation from Azovstal. The only thing that each of you must do today is not harm the salvation of our guys.
Вітаю всіх. Вчора ввечері почалася операція по...
No translation. This is an American M777 at work. Those are the howitzers. Ukrainian troops defending their position in trench warfare. So you got some trench warfare, Ukrainian troops defending it. What up from Modesto, California? How you doing, Bud Budsky? Dang. That one was close. Knocked the camera down. Dang, dude, careful. They're taking shots right on the top of the berm here of their trench. You can hear them.
Едет. Фу. Куда едет? Завелся. Далеко, тут и далеко берешь. Так? Да. Бля, детки. Вот отсюда ебашь. Куда, туда? Вон, они вот там за забором.
So that's 2 Ukrainian soldiers in a fighting position. Trench warfare. We don't need to see a mobile casualty collection point video. That's unit of drones equipped with EDM S-45 drone suppressors. Drone warfare. We saw that combat video posted. A Rus base in Kharkiv captured and with a functional, now Ukrainian T-72.
Пидорский танк. Да, сейчас. БК на танк.
They got a fully functional T-72 tank.
Пидорский танк. Да, сейчас. БК на танк.
Alright, and then we saw that Stugna P video. Alright, y'all. Hey, I think that's going to be wrapping it up for the night. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. Central Time, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Tuesday, Wednesday, so today's Tuesday, so tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Thursday night, 7 p.m. Friday night, I have softball, so there's no stream that night, and then Saturday, 7 p.m. 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. We went a little over the 2-hour mark, but that's why I like this time frame, because if I do go extra, it's not like midnight, 1 in the morning anymore. It's almost 10 p.m. Central Time, so I can actually like get some sleep, get some stuff done if I need to. I'm going to be live on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, the Guru Merc. I'm going to be heading there. I'm going to go outside, have a nighttime safety meeting, and then I have to get going on finishing editing my report from southwestern Minnesota, the derecho storm that went through. So if you guys are interested in joining for a live Q&A session, just hanging out in a live stream, follow me on Instagram, the Guru Merc. Usually during this time frame, I'd be playing video games. That's another reason why I'm streaming earlier, so I can stream video games and then still go to bed and wake up. But no video games tonight. I got work to do. And if you guys want to join on Instagram, follow me on the Guru Merc, and I'll go live and then chat with you guys, do Q&As while I'm editing the footage. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Have a wonderful night. Again, thank you so much for choosing Mercado Media. I'm your host, Andrew Mercado. Thank you to everybody that sent stars on Facebook. Thank you to the super chats on YouTube. Thank you to everybody that is a member of the channel. Thank you to everybody that tunes in on a nightly basis. Just to remind you again, 7 p.m. Central Time, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. 7 p.m. Central to 9 p.m. Central. That is the new time. Have a wonderful night, you guys. See you tomorrow.